Hi everybody, thanks for joining me tonight. I know it's a little late, but I wanted to get on and talk with you a little bit tonight, so I'm glad you're here. And if you're catching the replay, thank you so much for watching, and please like and share my video. I'd really appreciate it. If you're catching it on YouTube, then please subscribe to my channel. And we're going to do some chalk couture tonight. We're going to be chalking just a couple little quick projects that I wanted to work on. Sorry, just a second. Okay, all kinds of technical difficulties tonight. Hi everybody, thanks for joining me.
Why not again?
Boy, we're doing really well tonight. Sorry guys, you can tell it's late. We've had a long day, but thanks for hanging in with us for sure. So what I wanted to do, these are going to be just a couple quick projects. I have When in Doubt, Add Glitter, which is one of Chalk Couture's size A transfers. And the other one is also a size A transfer, and it is Life's a Beach. And if you're interested in Chalk Couture, after you watch me do this little live, they are reusable silkscreen transfers, and we use chalk paste that goes on wet and dries hard, and it is removable on, Chalk Couture chalkboard surfaces, so that's really fantastic. And then you can reuse your boards if you want to change it out for the season or whatever the case may be. But so this When in Doubt, Add Glitter I had to have, because if you know anything about me, you know I love glitter. I love anything sparkly. So I wanted to do this one so I could put it in my craft room, and we're going to do that one first. Chalk Couture also has a new surface, which I think is really fantastic. It's called, I think this is, gosh, I should have known the name of it. It's the Board and Pedestal, I believe. And the really cool thing about it is, I'm going to lay it down here on the camera, Nesto. See this nice pedestal here, and then you have the board up here. And the really cool thing is there's a pin in the back, so you can change it to landscape mode. So, for our little project today, we're going to need it in landscape mode. I can take that pin out, and we'll just be able to move that right around where we need it to be. So we can work with it. I'm just going to put the pedestal off to the side. Thanks everybody for joining. I'd love it if you'd say hi in the comments, or just share a little bit about your evening, what you're doing tonight. How your week has been. It's been a busy week for me, but it's going pretty well. Okay, so now when you do this in landscape, you do want to make sure that you're checking where your holes are, because you don't want this hole to be at the top, or your picture is going to be upside down. And you might have to, I was going to say that you might cry, but you're not going to cry because these are washable, so you could wash it off and redo it. But definitely want to make sure you have it the right way. So I have my fuzzing towel here from Chalk Couture, which is really cool. New product that they have. I'm really enjoying it. And I'm just going to peel the backer. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to label the back of my transfer. When in doubt. And what that does is it shows me what the back side of this backer is, so that when I put the transfer back on, since it is reusable, I'm sticking it to the correct side, because this side is more paper and it will stick it and could ruin your transfer. You don't want to do that. So if I write on the back, then I'll know which way to put it on. And I'm just going to pull that backer away from the transfer, and these are very sticky, very, very sticky. So that's why we fuzz them, and that gets some of the fuzz from the towel onto that transfer and makes the transfer a little bit less sticky, so that it doesn't stick too hard to our surface. Because these transfers are a cloth, and they can stretch, and we don't want to stretch them out, because we want to, enhance the life and have them so that we can use them more times. And you want to pull side to side or up and down as well, because if you pull diagonally, you can stretch that transfer. And if you stretch it, it's not going to lay on your surface as well. It's not going to hold your chalk paste as well. Let me just check that hole one more time. So I have my surface here. And I'm just going to center this. I think that's good. And the main part of this transfer that I'm worried about is the part that has the words or the design. The teal part we're not quite as worried about. I really don't think that's super, it looks pretty even, I guess. If it's a little bit off, it just adds a little bit of flair, so I won't be mad. Okay, and you're just making sure you don't have any bubbles in your silkscreen area. So if you get a bubble, that chalk paste can go in there and just does all kinds of crazy things. We want it to stay within our design. Okay, and actually I'm going to use white for this. We have some new shimmer pastes. This is one of them actually. This is our shimmer copper paste. And then we have a shimmer gold and a shimmer silver. So I could do that, but I thought it'd be really fun to add glitter, because you can add glitter to our paste when it's still wet and it will dry into your design. So I'm just going to use white tonight. You always want to stir up your chalk paste as soon as you open it. And sometimes if you haven't used it in a while, it dries out a little bit and you need to add a little water. I'm going to add just a little bit. But just be conservative, because you can always add more, but you can't. It's harder to take it away. I'm not going to say you can't. You can leave your paste open, it dries out a little bit, but you want your chalk paste to be about the consistency of yogurt. I have two whites. I have a newer white, and it does a little bit better. This one usually reminds me more of marshmallow fluff than anything else. Okay. And I think I've decided that I'd like the words "when in doubt, add" to not have glitter on them. And then I want just the word glitter to be glittered. So in order to do that, I need the "when in doubt, add" to be dry when I do the glitter. And in order to do that, I'm just going to chalk that part first. You just get a little chalk paste on your squeegee. And I've got one of our mini squeegees here. Those are really cool. I've been enjoying them. That's a new product in our new spring and summer catalog. So I'm just going to, sorry guys, my Fitbit's really causing me problems here. I'm just going to chalk right across there over top of those words. And it doesn't take very much chalk paste. A little chalk paste goes a long way. And then after you go over them, you can just pull that excess off and put it back in your jar. And I'm just going to get that extra. Okay. So now that I've done that, I have to pull up my transfer, because the chalk paste can dry in the transfer if you don't pull it up quickly enough. So we need to pull this up and let it adhere to the board before we do our glitter, because we want this part to dry first. So if you have a heat tool or a hair dryer, then you can help it along a little bit. If you just want to wait, if you're doing something else, you could just do this part and let it dry and then go back. But I'm just going to hit this with the hair dryer real quick. When it dries, it'll start to change colors a little bit, and it'll be less shiny, more of a matte. Also, when you're drying that, you do want to be careful not to hit your transfer with your hair dryer or with your heat tool, because it can melt it, and you don't want to do that because you won't be able to reuse it. You might be able to, but okay, so that part's dry now, and I'm just going to lightly lay it back over. I don't have to lay it down too hard. I just want it kind of out of my way so I can work on the glitter part. And since this is a bigger area, I think I'm going to change to one of our regular squeegees, so then that'll go just a little bit faster. So I'm just going to take my multi-tool here, and I'm just going to put some paste down. Okay, that's plenty. That's probably more than enough. And what I'm also going to do is get my glitter ready, because once I pull this across here and it starts to dry, I need to get my glitter on there. I think this lid is open. Let's see. Nope, not very well. We're going to be dumping. That's okay. I've got my lid open. It's ready. So when it's clumped up like this, it takes a little bit longer to dry, so you have a little bit more time to work. But once you spread it around like we're going to do, you have to work pretty quick. So you can see a little bit of chalk paste goes a long way, and I put way more than I needed on there. See all that extra?
Our camera's dropped out.
Both of them?
All of them. All three.
Do we still have audio?
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys can hear me, but you can't see me. Please bear with us. Are we going to be able to get them back?
Yeah, hold on.
Sorry guys, if you can hear me, we'll be right back. This is not the time. Like, this is going to dry. I can't do anything with it.
Just keep going. We're recording.
Alright guys, I'm just going to keep doing this, and hopefully you'll get to see the finished product. For some reason, we've had technical difficulties with our cameras tonight, so I'm going to go a little bit thicker on this paste than I did in the when in doubt add part, because I think that'll help my glitter stick a little bit better. What I did was I went a little bit thicker on that layer of white, and I'm getting ready to pull off my transfer, and hopefully my paste is still wet, since that took us a little bit longer than I was hoping it would with all of our technical difficulties. And then just going to put this over to the side for now. That should still be pretty wet, so I'm just going to put some glitter on here. And that's not going to stick to that when in doubt add part, because that part was already dry. Oh, that looks cool. I'm so excited, you guys.
Tiffany Lowe says hi.
Hi, Tiffany. Thanks for joining us. We're just glitzing up this little sign that I'm making here. So I added some glitter on top of some of our wet chalk paste, and it kind of stuck in there. I don't know how. I still need to, you know, take something to get some of that excess glitter off, but I think that looks really cool. How does that look to the camera, Nesto?
Looks awesome. Make sure you turn it. Yeah.
So you can see how sparkly that is and everything. Yeah, I can't see that, so I don't know what's going on, but that's okay. Gosh, I don't really know. I've got a little paintbrush here, so I'm gonna just kind of actually, I just put the excess on an oven liner pan down here. I'm gonna move that out of the way, and then the messiest way probably imaginable that I can get rid of this. I'm gonna blow it around so it blows everywhere, but it'll make it look pretty. we go. The hairdryer got some of our excess off. I don't know. Now it's kind of all over my table, but I like glitter. It's okay. So there we go. It's not showing up on the camera just quite as much as it glitters in person, but wow, that's really pretty. So when in doubt, add glitter, guys. And then we'll just put that base right back on there. And if we had done a landscape directional transfer, then we could just put it back on there up and down. That's what I love about these boards. They're really pretty and you can put them either way. It's kind of hard to line the hole up though, but there we go. And that pin, wooden pin, just goes right into that hole. And again, there's one here if you want to put it up and down. How does that look? There's our project, you guys.
That is awesome.
So pretty. That's going to look awesome in my craft room. I'm so excited. I'm working on getting it all fixed up so that we can put our studio in there and I can do my crafting for my videos in my craft room. So you guys will be able to join me in there. But there's our first little project. Thanks, Tiffany. I appreciate that. Isn't that cute? I love it. Hi, Jessica. Hi, Aunt Pat. Hi, Susie. Hi, Aunt Deb. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you stayed through all of our technical difficulties. Okay, I wanted to do one more quick project with you. I know it's the first day of spring, and what I really was hoping to do was a spring project, but I couldn't find anything that really sparked my creativity tonight, so these are the projects that we ended up with. Hopefully you enjoy them anyway. We have plenty more time to work on spring and Easter stuff, so I'll just get a baby wipe and get some of this glitter up off my surface here. Okay, so our next project is going to be Life's a Beach. This cute little transfer right here. And right now I'm working on decorating a beach and more mermaid themed bathroom. So I thought this would be a lot of fun. And anytime you see white lines on our transfers, those are cut lines. And Nesta, would you mind getting me a pair of scissors? That's the one thing I do not have.
Hi,
here.
Patsy. She says it's very cute.
Oh, thanks, Aunt Pat. Isn't it cute? I love it. Okay. We're going to cut this up. Now this is actually, I wish I had gotten one of the ones that was still original. I got these boards for $4 at Meijer, and I think there's, I don't know if there's one
You
in
said
there.
scissors?
Yeah, there's some on that cube right there.
Got it.
I bought these at Meijer for $4 on clearance, and they actually had a picture on them. And what I did was I took this little block that I got at the dollar store, and it's just a little sanding block. Thank you. It's just a little sanding block, and I just sanded it, and it gave this really cool weathered effect. So you can see some of the board kind of showing through, and it's just kind of painted over a little bit, and I thought that would be really cute for a beach theme. So again, these white lines are just cut lines. I'm just going to cut these little pieces of the transfer apart so that we can chalk them. What's everybody up to tonight? Anything fun? I know it's late. Everybody's probably ready for bed.
They're watching you. That's fun.
Watching me? Thank you. I appreciate it. Sometimes it's fun. Sometimes we have some weird things happen here. I committed to going live 3 times this week, and it's Wednesday, and I hadn't gone live yet, so I was like, plus we got some new equipment that Nesto kind of wanted to try out, so I was like, let's just go live. So thank you guys for joining us. Oh, I didn't write on the back of that. What did I do with it? Here it is. So again, I'm going to write on the back of this. The slick side is the front side. Life's a Beach. And I'm just fuzzing my transfer, kind of get it a little bit less sticky. Now, again, I did sand this board. I sanded the design that was on it before off. It wasn't something that interested me, but I figured for $4 I could reuse the board. So that was kind of a steal. And since it was wood and just paint, I didn't want our transfers to stick to that. So I used a little bit of paste wax and waxed the board a little bit, and that'll help the life of your transfer. If you're using it on wood, you definitely want to fuzz your transfer. And I want to make sure I have my sawtooth hanger upright and my pedestal. I don't want an upside down design. I'm just going to put this on here right about there, I think. Nope, I'm going to need it a little bit higher. Our seahorse is a little bit bigger than that. Okay. If anybody's interested in purchasing a finished copy of any of these projects, just message me and I will get you information on that. I'd love to get you some new decor. This one's going to be interesting. Kind of wanted to go diagonally with him. I think I can do that because this part, yeah, we can do that. Okay, so let's do the Life's a Beach part. And I did want to use one of our new shimmer pastes. And I thought this shimmer copper would look really pretty. Look at that color, you guys. I don't know if you can see just how glittery that is, but it's beautiful. Look at that. You see all that shimmer in there? It's just really pretty in person. The camera just doesn't even do it justice. But I did already stir up my paste before I started the live, so I'm not going to worry about that. I'm just going to get to chalking. So I'm going to get one of my mini squeegees here. And I'm just going to get a little bit of paste. And again, a little bit goes a long way. And I'm just going to pull that right across. This makes it official. There's 3 shimmer pastes. And I have now used all 3 colors on a project. That kind of makes me excited. I love this stuff. I wish all the colors had glitter in them. It is a little bit different consistency. It's a little bit grainy. Goes on a little bit differently than the regular paste. But it's so pretty. So I've got some excess. I'm just going to take that off and put it back in my jar. I want this stuff to last as long as possible. It is gorgeous. All right, cool. And now it's time to take the transfer off. And I want to peel side to side or up and down. So, and I did wax that board pretty good and I fuzzed the transfer really good. So it's coming off really smooth. That makes me happy. Oh, isn't that pretty? You guys. Oh my gosh, look how pretty that is. I'm so excited.
That looks awesome.
Doesn't that look
Yeah.
great? I wish we could pick up the, just how much it shimmers and sparkles, but isn't that cool? Now, I saw another Couture designer, and they took a paintbrush, like a really thin paintbrush, and they filled inside of those letters. That would be really pretty too, but I think I'm going to leave it like this because I really like it. Now, I am going to hit it with the hairdryer really quick, so forgive me for the noise, but I want to make sure it's all the way dry before I put any other transfers down so we don't mess it up. Doesn't take very long to dry, so that's a good thing. Okay. And let's see. I think I'm just going to figure out where I want all these things first and then go from there. I kind of want him at an angle. This little shell here is not my favorite, but do you think we need it? What do you guys think? Should we just do the two, or should we add this little shell too? Put in the comments what you think. I'd love to hear. It's watcher's choice tonight. Let's see. So I know I want him there. And I really like this shell also.
Yeah. I like this shell at an angle like that.
This one? At an angle?
Mm-hmm. No, I think
the other
one.
It needs to go this way, yeah. So we could do 3 like this, or we can just do 2. So put either 2 or 3 in the comments, and we'll do whatever you guys say.
Don't be shy.
Don't be shy. And we can really get it up in there too. So, I mean, we can just really stick it up there in the corner and then go this way. If you want us to do all 3, put 3 in the comments. And if you think we should just do 2, then just put a 2 in the comments. Hi, Diane. Diane says 3. Thank you very much. I think that would look pretty. What's everybody think? Might just have to go. Hi, Mom. Thanks for watching. It's good to see you. We're trying to decide if we're going to do all 3 or just 2 tonight. But I know I'm going to do the seahorse, so while you're deciding, I'm going to fuzz my seahorse. And first I'm going to write seahorse on the back so that I know which way to put this transfer back on. Okay, so far 3 is winning. We've got 1 vote for all 3. Make your votes count. This is gonna look so cute in my bathroom. So excited. Hi Maggie, thanks for watching. Okay, let's get this little seahorse in here. Well, so far, Diane's winning. She's the only one that's voted. I think he wants to live right there. What do you guys think? That little seahorse just wants to live right there. And when I was picking him out, all I could see was blue and purple. So, I don't know though. Now I'm kind of seeing green and yellow. What do you think? Now the bathroom is mermaid. So I have aubergine and Couture teal here. And I was thinking about doing kind of a messy effect on here. But I could also... We could also go with something like this. What do you guys think? Do you like the purple and blue, or do you like the greens? Maggie says purple for sure. All right, purple it is. Thanks, Maggie. That was my first instinct. We'll just stick with that. I haven't opened this one. I thought I had used aubergine. I tried to open all my paste before my live because it gets a little messy. And when I was looking at the colors, I was like, oh, I've used all these. I guess I haven't. I'll get my scissors here. I'm so glad you guys are watching with me tonight. Alright, So all of our pastes are non-toxic and they're natural. So all the pigments come from natural sources, and that's why you'll see, and I'll show you to the camera in a minute, when you first open them up, there might be a little separation in the colors and in the paste. You can see why I don't like doing this on camera. It gets really messy. It takes a little extra time too. Somehow got that all over my hand.
Diane also wanted to see purple and blue.
Oh, great. Thanks, Diane. Well, we're going to have to call Diane the designer of this one. She really helped. So you can see, hopefully, there's a little bit of different color on the top, and it almost looks a little more liquidy in parts, but that's normal, that's okay. And when I stir it, you're going to hear a little bit of a crackle, and that's just air bubbles. Can you hear that? Okay, so you're just going to stir it until all that's gone, and it's going to become the consistency of yogurt, hopefully. And if it's a little thicker than that, you can add a little bit of water to thin it out. Now, if you're interested and you're like, wow, this stuff's really cool, you can go to my online store and purchase some for yourself so you can play at home and make your own home decor projects. It's so easy, you guys. I mean, in the amount of time I'm going to be on here with you, I have 2 signs that I can put in my house. Okay, so that one's a really nice consistency now, and it's all stirred up.
Nice and smooth.
Looks great. And then we're going to also put the teal in there. I haven't used this one in a while. Okay. This is one of my favorite colors. So I'm just going to stir that up a little bit. And when you're stirring, you want to try to get the sides of your jar as well. Oh, this is going to be so pretty. So I'm just going to put some little dollops here and there. We're going to do kind of a marbled effect on this one. And I don't want to put too much extra paste because once these are mixed up, I can't put them back into the jar. So whatever I take off, I'm going to have to throw away. And I don't really want to waste too much of it, so let's see. I think that'll be good. I'll get out one of my squeegees. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go and I'm going to swirl little circles. And I'll do the purple with this finger, and then I'll switch and do the blue with this finger. I'll just kind of stir it around a little bit. And then I'm going to come in with my squeegee, and I'm going to try not to get my dirty fingers all over my white frame. And I'm just going to pull that down. Oh, we made a pretty color. It's kind of a lavender all mixed together. But there's not really enough of it to save, and I'm not going to worry about that. So, but I want to get some of that extra paste off of the transfer, so wipe my fingers off a little bit because they're very messy. Baby wipes are your friend when you're doing this, trust me. I bought a whole box of Amazon baby wipes for this. And then we want to get this off of here so our paste doesn't dry in the transfer. And I'm trying to mind our other design also. Let me start from the bottom. Oh, that looks so cool, you guys. You're going to love it. Look at that.
That's cool.
Isn't that pretty? So we just got kind of a little marbled effect. And you can see some of the areas where those colors kind of mix together. Isn't that pretty? Purple's your fave, Maggie? I really like purple too. Okay. And when you're working, you really want to close your pastes up as soon as you're done with them. For the sake of time tonight, I'm going to do that after my live, but you know, if you're working and you're going to be doing other things, you should probably do that as soon as possible. And I like this shell second best. I like the seahorse the best. I like this one second best, so I want to figure out where I want it first. It's also a little bit bigger, so we'll figure out where he's going to live, and then we can put the other guy in there. Just fuzzing up this transfer. Just make it a little bit less sticky. Alright, and then when I'm done, I'll show you how I clean my transfers to get them ready to put back for next time. I'm just not going to do all of them on camera because it just takes a little bit longer. Okay, I think I want him to live right there. What do you guys think? That look good? I don't know. Not sure how I feel about it being sideways like that. Maybe right here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do you feel like there's too much empty space right there?
Maybe. Yeah, you could kind of do something like that. At an angle. Then that one can be straight or close to straight.
Sorry guys, I'm really being indecisive. I think I like this one straight right here. And then we can put this one. I wish this bigger part was on this side. That would be better, but it's not. Womp womp. As Jessica would say, womp womp. Okay. So I thought Couture Coral would be really pretty for this one. And what I kind of wanted to do I think I'm going to mix it with fawn. So Couture Coral and fawn. And you guys, I'm getting really bad about writing on these. Okay. Seashell. Some of the smaller ones, we also have backer sheets so once you cut them up, you know, you have all these little pieces, but if you buy a backer sheet, it's kind of a bigger size and you can put all of them back on there. So with some of those designs, that's what I end up doing. And then it's not quite as important to write on the back of them. But that Couture Coral is a really pretty color. You get all these pretty tropical sea colors in here. Purple and teal and coral. And I used both of these today when I was chalking on our door at work, so hopefully, this one's dried out a little bit again. I hadn't used it in a long time. I had to put quite a bit more water back in it. But okay. If you guys have any questions about Chalk Couture or anything that you'd like to comment, I'd love to hear it. Does anybody have any trips to the beach planned anytime soon?
Anyone going to Myrtle Beach?
Myrtle Beach, it's spring break time. I haven't been to the beach very many times. We went a couple of years ago to our friend's wedding in Florida, and other than that, I've been to Florida one other time. I just have never really been on too many vacations or beach vacations, but I don't like swimming in the ocean very much, but I do love being on the beach with the sun and just laying in the sand. It's a lot of fun. Okay, again, we don't need too much because we're going to be mixing it and we don't want it to waste it because we're going to have extra. So I'm just going to swirl that around, get my fingers all dirty again since I just washed them off. You're not crafting unless you make a mess, right?
That's right.
All right.
Bev says that Bev and Pat wanted to go last Friday.
To the beach? You guys should have went. That sounds like fun. I would have went with you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I really wouldn't care if my hands were as dirty, but I have to touch this white frame and I don't want to get it all dirty. Okay, here's the peel and reveal for the seashell. That's really cool.
Cool.
Right? Oh, look how pretty. You guys see those marbled colors? Hi, Michael. Thanks for watching. We're just crafting tonight. We have one more seashell to put on here. Diane voted for 3. She was the only one that voted, so we're going to use all 3 of these little critters. Little critters. All right. Maybe we can put him kind of down here like this. Yeah, I like that. It doesn't really matter if your transfer isn't even, as long as the silkscreen area part is where you want it to be. So see, I have some of my transfer up on the side like this. There you go, like this. So we're not chalking here. We don't need to worry about that. We're just wanting the chalk to go through in this area. And I'm being really bad about closing my paste, but I feel like this is a really long live and I don't want to make you guys watch me just do cleanup stuff. Is this called a conch shell? Is that what that's called?
A conch?
Conch shell?
Write in the comments if you know what type of shell that is.
Or if I spelled it right.
Any marine biologists out there in the audience?
Jenny did marine biology for a while. I don't know if she learned about shells, but okay. And I thought I was going to use guava and the shimmer copper for this one, but I think guava's too close to the Couture teal, and since that's in the same area, I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to use the fawn again, and I'm going to do the shimmer copper, and we're going to do a marble. I like it. And again, we've already used the copper, so it's already stirred up, but I'm just going to use this to apply it, so I'll stick that in there. And, you know, I'm going to kind of, instead of marbling, I'm just going to kind of cover the areas that I kind of want covered in that. And then put just a little bit right there. Kind of looks like a cornucopia. I'm just going to use my squeegee. I'm going to get a little bit of my fawn on there, and instead of putting it down, I'm just going to rub it over top of this. And that's not working very well. Fail! There's technical difficulties again tonight, guys. Alright, so just going to pull that down. Those two are kind of mixing together. And since they're mixing, I'm not going to be able to put this back into my container.
You don't want a hot mess in your container?
Nah.
Nah.
I mean, I could make a new color, but I like the colors I have already. Now I do have some little jars, so if I wanted to, I could just put my new colors into those jars and use them again. But again, I'm not making that much of the color, so tonight I'm just not going to worry about that. I'll pull this up, peel and reveal. Oh, I like how that turned out. It turned out really pretty.
Ooh.
It actually looks pretty accurate to what these shells look like, I think. So part of it's a little faint, the part where the fawn was at. But you can see how they kind of mixed together, and that came out really pretty, don't you think?
That is really cool.
So we have our Life's a Beach board here. And that'll look really pretty in my bathroom. And if you think it'd look really pretty in your bathroom, then you can let me know, and I'd be happy to get you some details so that you could purchase one off of me. I'd love to sell you one. Or if you're interested in Couture products and you want some of our pastes or some of our transfers so that you can do your own projects, then you know, my store's down the bottom of your screen. You can go see what kind of designs you can get. So I'm going to move some of these pastes out of the way here, and I'm going to show you really quickly how one way that you can clean your transfers. I'm currently in my basement. We don't have access to water down here, so any running water anyway. One way that you can clean it is you could take it to the sink and you can just run it under lukewarm water and clean it off, and then you put it sticky side up, and when it's dry you would just put it back down on your backer sheet. Another way that you can clean it, is my spray bottle here. We have our board erasers. Mine are kind of looking pretty lovely right now, but you spray it with water, and this is a glass surface, so it works really well for this because it kind of holds on to the transfer without. And see, I just sprayed it with water and I used the board eraser to kind of clean it off.
It just comes right off.
It just comes right off. Now some of our pastes may stain your transfers, and that's okay. It doesn't mean you can't use them or that they're broken. It just means they're well loved. And I need to wash this sponge out. I've used it a few times.
Diane says it looks beautiful.
Oh.
And then Tina is asking, can you make your own transfers?
Well, thank you very much, Diane. And hi, Tina. There is a way to make your own silkscreen transfers. However, I've heard it's very labor intensive. You know, I do have a Cricut, so I could cut out, I guess what you call them, templates. But as far as the silkscreen part that kind of holds the paste, it's very difficult to do. I haven't done it myself, but it is possible. With Couture, all of the designs are already, you know, they're already predetermined. So there's a whole catalog of different designs that you can choose from. But now I'm just using a Lysol wipe to clean this off, and what that does is it takes some of the lint back off of your transfer. I know we put it on there, now we want to take it off. But it really does serve a purpose. So, and it also helps the life of the sticky on your transfer. So basically, this one's clean. We got it all clean. And after you guys are gone and probably in bed, I'm still going to be cleaning transfers. But you put it sticky side up, and I'm just put it right there, and it'll dry. Now that is a flat surface, so it'll still be a little wet underneath. It's better to put it, you know, in a straightener or something like that. But I can pick this up in a little bit and just wipe underneath of it with a paper towel and put it back down. Or you could put it on a paper towel, or I could put it on my fuzzing towel, and that would help it dry as well. So it's really easy to clean them, and then when they're dry, you just stick them back on your backer sheet and you can use them again next time. So that's really great. And we got our 2 projects done, you guys. Isn't that awesome? 2 projects, and we learned how to clean our transfers. So this was our first one, Life's a Beach. I still love that. It's so awesome. And this was our other one. We did When in Doubt, Add Glitter. And while the paste was still wet on glitter, we added some glitter because, you know, I love sparkle. And you can see there's still some glitter hanging on around on the board, but I'll get that off later. But isn't that pretty? And then that is on our board and pedestal, which is a really neat surface. I really love this surface. And if you didn't see earlier, you can change the direction. So if you have a transfer or a design that goes up and down, then you can change it. And on this one, since it is wood, this is pretty permanent. I wouldn't be able to wipe this off and put anything else on the board. But on this one, on the Couture chalkboard surfaces, and it is paste, I'd be able to wipe that right off and put something else on it later. But I love this, and it's going in my craft room, so probably gonna stay like this. But I thank you guys so much for joining me tonight and for helping me create these wonderful projects. I will post a picture of the finished projects on the video comments, and thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you come back and watch me next time, and I'll be doing another live very soon. Have a great night. Bye, everybody.